Homebrewing. Producing your own beer, wine and cider by Kevin Forbes. An apparent bargain at $3.99. For the naive homebrewer, a book like this probably seems like a godsend when you find it in W.H. Smith or the local garden centre or the supermarket, or if you've been given it as a gift. And understandably, everything you read in the book you'd probably take to be 100% accurate and 100% factual. On the contents page, cider is page 127. And it says, making your own cider, the simple version, what your starting gravity should be. Yeah, everything's good there, 1.050, yeah, cool. And then stage 4 is rather interesting. Pour the juice into a 1 gallon glass demijohn. Then add some wine yeast to start the fermentation. If you keep it at approximately 75 degrees Celsius, fermentation will take between 3 and 4 weeks. It's more likely that fermentation probably won't start at all, because I'm sure yeast will die at 75 degrees Celsius. Why on earth this is in here, I am completely and utterly baffled. I sincerely hope it's a typo, that he meant to put F for Fahrenheit. 75 degrees Fahrenheit is about 23 degrees Celsius. But then again, nowhere else in this book does it use Fahrenheit as a measurement of temperature. It uses Roman Catholic, Celsius, throughout the book, because it's British. So why in this one situation, if it was a typo, would he use Fahrenheit? I don't know. The lesson for me, when I got this book, before I started brewing, was get a second opinion on literally everything. Because if you started a brew following this book with a mistake like that into it, you'd be wasting a whole load of money and you'd probably screw up your brew. Because if you're completely naive, you might think 75 degrees Celsius, fine, let's do it. Put it on the hob for 3 weeks, which is ridiculous. And it'd probably burn out before you could even ferment properly. I just don't know. And that is Homebrew Rant number 1. Always double check information. I think it was a good job. Even though I didn't do cider until last week and I've been brewing for only a year now, I think it was a good job that even before I even started brewing, I've thoroughly researched everything, even if I've read it in a legitimate book like this, to see or not whether it's genuine, trustworthy information. And in this case, it does make you doubt whether or not the rest of this book is good to follow. When there's a mistake like that, you think to yourself, what other potential mistakes could there be in this book? Yeah. I just find information on the internet now more reliable than these things, unfortunately. Because you've got forums, which are the best places for information, because one person might say one thing, and then another person who's been brewing for 10 years goes, actually, no, I work in a commercial brewery, you should be doing this instead to avoid this scenario. So, that's it. Just something that sort of grinded my gears. Is mistakes, crucial mistakes, in what can only be defined as books that are generally sort of the Bibles of homebrewing. That's it. Homebrewing Rant number 1.